So recently there's been some more people interested in running Bayonetta 2, or at least having some questions about the game itself. Basically I get asked on the Discord server and through some messages on where people can start looking for skips or different fights they can get around in the game. So I figured instead of just always kind of typing out the same message over and over, which doesn't really do too well, just to make a quick video about it. So I'm going to go through the game a couple different places. This is a brand new save file I'm on right now at the moment, just so I can quickly get to know him, City of Genesis, where I don't have any upgrades, so I can show you the first skip that you're going to come across. So we're going to go ahead and start this up. It doesn't matter if you're playing this on the disc or the digital version to at least practice the routing right now, but right now I'm playing on the digital version, so things are going to be loading up faster than if you're playing on disc. I am playing on the Wii U version, of course. Right now at this time of the recording, there is a Switch version coming out in about a month or so. It's unknown if there's going to be actually any improvements on the frames per second or not. So the first trick we're going to do is note, and of course we're going to run across the pool. So you can tell people is basically look down, because you can see the frames are going to increase. The game runs, it's supposed to run 60 frames per second, but basically because it's a fluctuating frame rate, you get around 44 to 60. So if you look down at the pool, you're actually not looking up at other things that are going on, the game will run faster. So first skip we're going to be doing is right over here. Haven't got caught on that wall in a while. And it's a basic little arena fight skip. So far, playing the game, running this for over a year, I haven't found any glitches. Like Bayonetta 1 has a lot of different glitches that you can pull off and abuse and use for your speedrun. Bayonetta 2, I haven't really found any, but of course that's also kind of complicated and tying into that not a lot of people are running this game. So basically everything it has to do just being basically manipulation. No glitches required, just knowing where you can skip through it. Like down here where we have all the posts set up, is an arena battle. You normally go into it, it introduces you to one of the new bad guys. We're going to skip that. Basically what I do is I just jump up in the air. You can do as many flips as you want in the air, while in the water I should say, not the air but in the water. There's no cooldown effect for it, whereas if you do it on the land multiple times, your dodge, you'll have a cooldown period. We're going to aim for this first pillar right over the direction I'm shooting at right now. So what I want to do is land just short of it. Right about here. If I go over to the right any further, I'm going to get trapped inside the arena. So what we're going to do instead is double jump up to the top. And if you do it right, if you move over here far enough, you're going to see it say saving, and you know you've skipped it. So all you have to do at this point is just jump on over. With Bayonetta 2, there's not really a whole lot of fight skips when you first start off in the game. First part, of course, was Chapter 1. And now we're all the way up to Chapter 8, Ancient Civilization. This is where, for me, when I do the speedruns, that I really start enjoying the game, because there's multiple skips going on. This is a completed file that I've done. I just did a run on it probably about 4 or 5 days ago. Doesn't matter at this point. It's basically, this is all the gear I'd have anyway. I do have Bat and Crow Within currently equipped to my character. Bat Within, not really going to be any difference, but Crow is going to be required. Really love this level because there's a lot of quick little fast skips that you're able to do and kind of show off to save time. This is the biggest one right now. Basically, you're supposed to jump across those 3 platforms and down to the very bottom one. And the closer over towards where all the structures are, you get trapped into another arena fight, as I call it. However, we're going to skip that. So what you need to do is just run on over, and what we're going to do is actually jump off of this platform and fly way over where I'm shooting at, over towards that ledge, grab onto it. If done right, you'll pull yourself up on the ledge, you can go over and you skip where the game wants you to go at this moment. You get to skip that fight. What you want to do is a full-on Panther run. Do not be afraid of the Panther run, because you can't fall off the ledge at this point. So you can run at this for hours. As long as you don't hit that jump button, you're good. Even if you go and you try to jump over to this ledge and you fail, if you don't make it, a lot of times it will start you right back where we are right now. Keep notice, so what I try to do, I'm not always successful. You want to jump as soon as you hit the lip where I'm standing on right now, because you can see there is a little bit of height difference, and that does make a bigger difference. If you can jump off of this point, you're even better set. So let's give it a go. So basically I'm going to run, double jump, then transform into Crow to fly over and grab onto the ledge. So let's see if I can do it. If you don't get it, even I don't get this always, don't feel bad about it. It's not a big thing. It does take a little bit of practice to figure out where exactly in your arc you want to place your jump at. And we get closer to the wall, just hit jump and grab up. And then all we have to do is just jump right on over this way, and we've skipped that fight. Next up is, it doesn't really like trap you, if I remember correctly, it doesn't trap you up on above, but this is a little time saver. We're going to basically run up the steps again, and we're going to jump over towards where that covering is. Basically the game wants you to run underneath and encounter enemies, and we're going to jump across. What I used to do is basically I'd go up here, and I'd do a crow fly across. That's pretty slow. So instead what you want to do, speed things up, is just jump on over, hopefully hit that ledge, and not do that, so I'm not used to that in camera angle, so let's try it again. I'm going to reset a little further back so I can get used to it. When you start doing runs a lot, you get used to seeing things a certain way, so I'm just going to do it all in one go and hopefully not mess it up again. Hit this ledge, there we go, and jump on over. So that way you can just run completely over this part, start it up, and do that. I'm not sure exactly what the guy's boss name is here, but you can counter him multiple times. That little spear that transforms, you know what we're talking about. So we'll cut back in just a moment. Once I get past that part, it's the next part we need to worry about working onto your next skip. Alright, so we got to pass the little first boss, you know, mid-level boss, I guess you call it, earlier on boss for this part. And we're going to start building up some platforms now. And this is basically, it's another boundary skip for a fight, like arena fight. Not really boundary skip, but basically it's arena skip. Build up all the lovely platforms. This one is pretty simple to do. Just requires a little bit of explanation. Basically you have the arches up there. You can see the one that's right next to my head, like, you know, full on here's one and there's two. What we're going to do is run up these steps, directly jump over more towards this gap, and run right through it. If you run more to the left, it's going to trap you inside the fight. We do not want that. So run, jump over, just make sure we're over far enough. And as long as you don't go farther over towards the left, you're going to be golden. Now in a normal playthrough, you're going to be picking up parts for the hammer. And one piece is going to be right over here. So what you can do is just run ahead and jump. It's another one of those lovely little platforms you cannot panther run off of, so don't be afraid of it. And the piece would normally be right up right about where I'm shooting. If you go over more towards the left, you will be trapped into a fight. So once you pick up the record piece, just come on over here, jump, and fly up along the ledge. And then stick close. That's all you gotta do. Now I'm going to show you the same skip but by going to the left side instead. This comes in real handy if you're playing as Rosa, because she does not need to pick up weapon pieces because she can't use them. It's a pretty big time save, so I recommend this only as playing as Rosa, because Bayonetta and Jean runs, you need that hammer later on. So let's take a look at the skip. And just like that. Run through the portal just like normal. The only way I'd really advocate flying over here to like the long way is if you really absolutely must have that magic lollipop. Other than that, like I said, if you're Rosa, save your time, do the skip I just showed. Alright, so now we are in chapter 9 at the moment. Just started it up. First thing you do is build the more platforms. And once again, another lovely arena fight. This one is a little tricky to get past. I'm going to run up and show you what you want to do. Basically, don't jump past, you know, this platform into where the game wants you to go. You know, this is really tricky to do. At least it's something that I still mess up from time to time, as I mentioned even with the crow flying across earlier. This is what I call the real butt clincher for myself, because it's, you go so fast, you don't really have time to manipulate your camera too well. The goal is to run up to this platform, and we're going to run and jump right over towards that wall where I'm shooting at. And we're going to keep in Panther mode. We're going to hit the ledge right before that wall, jump off to the left, and then we're going to crow fly directly across to the little Pantheon across the way that you can see through this little arena that they want you to go into. I'm going to see if I can do it all in one go, giving it a full off run from over here, like when I first started off the level, like I normally would during a speed run. What I used to do is I'd jump up to the platform where I was, just pointing out what I'm going to do in quick succession, and I'd take it from that point. So as you become more comfortable, you can start moving it further back and back like I did, or whatever works for you. That's basically what the goal is to do. So let's see if I can do that right now. Let's give it a shot. Jump over, fly, and we're good. Then all you gotta do is just pop up on this ledge and you've made it across. So once again, that is another lovely arena skip. Save yourself a ton of time. Instead of just running up and going up the stairs, there is a fast shortcut. We're talking maybe a 2-second time save. Just run and jump up the waterfall and then run over and fight the mid-boss. Save yourself the time. Currently we're in chapter 13, Vigrid, and we just got to the part where you can see where we've unlocked Rodon's shop for this location. There is a small little fight skip at the top of these little platforms we're going to jump up. And instead of going up over where Rosa's at currently, which will trap you in a little arena fight, we're going to try to fly around it. There is a small little chance this may not work. Sometimes it doesn't recognize that you're trying to jump out of your crow within and you'll just fall off. It happens. We'll see if we can get this right first time. There we go. And just hop up. And just like that, you have skipped that tiny little fight. It'll probably save about 20 seconds or so, 20-30 seconds, depending on how fast you're normally able to kill. I think it's reasonable to go right at that spot. This is chapter 15, Truth, and we're once again at the end of the level. And the final skip I'm going to show you is that you can run and jump up this pillar. Not a lot of people know about it, but you can do that. And because the first time I forgot to turn on the microphone I did this chest over here contains a red hot shot. So if you're playing on third climax, if you don't have one already for whatever reason, I recommend you do that run with one anyway. Grab it right here, run down, jump on the hill, and finish up the level at that little tiny fight you're going to get into. Currently, no way to skip that that has been found, at least, that I'm aware of. So that completes this entire skips saves video. I hope it's been informative for you if you're starting to run Bayonetta 2 either on the Wii U or the Switch. Hope it has, so if you save you some time and answer some questions you may have. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave any comments down below in this video. There's also a Discord for Bayonetta 2 and 1 as well. So I'll have the link in there so you can jump in if you want to join up on the Discord channel. Feel free to ask any questions there. We're all very friendly and we're willing to help you out. So once again, hope this helps you if you're starting to speedrun the game or just curious about doing a couple skips here and there if you're playing casually. And see you around.